Hello, Ring's cameras and doorbells usually work really well, but depending on the install location, you might end up receiving way too many motion notifications to your phone. Luckily, Ring offers loads of different configuration options in the app, arguably too many because it can get a bit confusing at times. So I wanted to shoot this video and show you the 10 different ways of reducing the number of alerts that you receive. Firstly, I wanted to cover two physical, in other words non-app, changes that you can make. Sometimes simply moving your camera or doorbell a bit can lead to fewer motion alerts. This is especially true if your Ring device is exposed to the elements a lot. For example, one of my cameras used to trigger every single time there was bright sudden sunlight or heavy rain, which is fairly common in the UK because it's rare that we have cloudless sunny skies. So relocating your device can sometimes help here. Equally, you can purchase corner or wedge mounts for your Ring doorbell, and simply adjusting their angle can really help to reduce false motion alerts. It's also important to regularly clean the area around your Ring device, whether it's an indoor camera or some outdoor device. Having too much dust, dirt and spiderwebs nearby can trigger off motion alerts, especially at night when the infrared mode is running, because it's a lot more sensitive to spiderwebs and dust than the regular daytime mode. Equally, spiders like making nests near outdoor cameras, so cleaning the webs away can reduce the chance that a spider runs across your camera, sending off yet another motion notification. Moving over to the Ring app now, the third way of reducing motion alerts is to enable smart alerts. This useful feature tries to detect if motion is triggered by a person, parcel delivery or something else, like a car or a leaf on the wind. You can then choose to only receive motion alerts if a person or package is detected, for example. There are two downsides here though. Firstly, smart alerts can delay your alerts by a few seconds. Secondly, you must pay for a Ring Protect plan to use this feature. Fourthly, setting up motion schedules can be a great way of tailoring when you receive notifications to your phone. This allows you to stop receiving motion alerts between the specified times, and you can also select specific days that the schedule runs on. You can also add multiple motion schedules too, if you have more complicated setups. This can be a great feature to use if you get invalid alerts at the same time each day or each week, for example on garbage collection day. It's worth noting though that your device will still record as normal during these schedules. You simply won't be notified of these recordings to your phone. Fifthly, the Ring app allows you to make the motion detection feature more or less sensitive, and this can be great if there's a stray spiderweb that keeps sending off motion alerts. I usually find that the min or the second left option works best for reducing false motion notifications while still sending valid ones like a car reversing into my drive or someone walking past. It's actually quite rare that I set this setting to max, so it's worth checking this setting and possibly adjusting it down. Sesto. The next useful feature is motion zones. These allow you to draw an exact area on the screen where motion will be detected, but any motion outside of this zone gets ignored. Whilst this feature was previously only available on Ring's wired devices, it has since been rolled out to nearly all of Ring's devices, so you should have this option in the app. To access it, go to Motion Settings, then tap Edit Motion Zones. This feature is a bit hard to use at first, but stick with it because this is one of the best ways of reducing false motion alerts. Once you're done with one zone, click Done to save it. You can then add 2 more motion zones if you'd like. Numero 7. If you have a recent Pro device from Ring, including the Ring Floodlight Cam Pro or the Ring Doorbell Pro 2, then your device will contain a 3D radar chip. This will allow you to enable a really awesome feature called Bird's Eye Zones. This is really useful if you want certain objects far away to trigger motion alerts, but other objects closer to you not to trigger alerts. This might sound like motion zones from earlier, but that works on a 2D image basis without caring about the distance of objects or traffic. Bird's Eye Zones uses an aerial-based approach to give you a really, really detailed and powerful distance-based approach. Naturally, you can use both features though, which can work really well. Right. If you have lots of temporary movement near one of your Ring devices, such as some work contractors carrying out work near your house, you might be better off just snoozing motion alerts for a set time. To do this, you can swipe down on a motion alert and then choose the snooze option. Alternatively, you can go into the device in the Ring app, then click Motion Snooze. This is probably the easiest way of temporarily ignoring alerts, to be honest. Penultimately, Ring offers a feature called Modes, which allows you to say when you are home or away. And then your cameras and doorbells can record or not, depending on, what you configure. You can use either the default settings or you can configure it on a per camera basis. In this way, you could say that half your devices will record and so send you motion alerts when you're home, but the other half simply won't work. And this is a neat way of reducing motion notifications. But one downside is that you now need a Ring Protect plan to use modes. This feature used to be free until a few months ago. Thanks, Ring. Finally, if one of your cameras sends way too many motion alerts, you can just disable alerts or even recordings completely. To do this, go into the device in the app and click the relevant toggle options. This will then stop the problem completely, although naturally it's a permanent change. So it's probably better to resolve the underlying issue first, like moving the camera to a different location or clearing away spiderwebs, and then going back to re-enable these settings. That just about wraps up the 10 ways that you can reduce false motion alerts with your Ring devices. There's many different approaches, so I wanted to briefly touch on each of them so that you're aware of them and can then try out and research the best option for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you.